down. Oh no, that L to the left is going to be fatal. And that is going to be a top out for a top 4 spot. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the, oh my goodness. People are still talking about Vanna White. Vizamp, you have a little, maybe you're a little preoccupied with that Vanna White. Anyway, on the left side of your screen, it is iBall, qualified into seed number 6, so got an automatic bye into the round of 16. Qualified in with a 1.56 million. iBall is a Canadian. Don't tell anyone. It's got a PB of 4.75 million, according to the thing that I saw today, which is a pretty good score for a PB. That's a top 20 score. It's ranked number 7 in the most recent Premier Poll. Premier Poll is a ranking of competitive Tetris players. And you can find the full rankings over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. Well, where have you seen iBall? You've seen iBall recently making it to the top 4 in the Classic Tetris World Championship in Pasadena, and went out against Meme, who of course went to the finals. So iBall trying to get through Cobra, maybe exact a little revenge against Meme, looking for that opportunity. Also was the runner-up in the Masters event in May of this year, went out against Dog in those finals. He's the runner-up in CTWC Canada. That was a regional tournament that was in Montreal. I was present. And I was the main commentator. Game Scout was the commentator, and I was the main commentator. iBall overall. That's like old school memes in Tetris. Anyway, iBall overall a 3-time CTWC gold bracket player. Played all the way back in 2021 as well. He's also won a Challengers and a Futures circuit. Played in the 2025 Columbus WPL Regional. And he's Canadian, and he's known for running SMB, Super Mario Brothers games. But I don't know. What do you think? Is he better at Tetris or is he better at SMB? 1. I wonder. 277 for iBall, 274 for Cobra. There's a skim and a Tetris for Cobra, 297. So separated by 2 lines. Cobra ahead by about 17,000 points, something like that. Anyway, that is iBall. On the right side of your screen, Cobra, seed number 11. Qualled in with a 1.41 million, average of 2. And defeated Wallbant in round 2 to make it to these top 16 matches. He's got a PB of 5.28 million. That is a top 15 score, and he's ranked 15 in the Premier Poll. I'm not sure why it says 13, but he's ranked 15. So, is that right? Let me double check. No, he's ranked 15. Yeah, so the slide is wrong. Not sure why it says that. So we'll have to bring the interns in for a meeting. 419 for Cobra, 399 for iBall. Ronkley says, online facts, iBall is 27th in SMB any percent and 7th in the Premier Poll, so is definitely better at Tetris. Yep. I mean, he was top 4 in CTWC this year. What was his ranking in SMB, championship? I watched a video on it. I don't even think he was there. So whatever. All right, little adjust there for iBall to get that long bar over to the left. It's going to clean up his board substantially. 461, 493 for Cobra. You don't need to talk back. No jawing, iBall. You just play Tetris. It's what you're the best at anyway. So you just play Tetris. Anyway, Cobra. Yeah, you have seen Cobra doing what? What has he done lately? Well, of course, he won the Boston Regional this year against Huffaluffagus in the final. Space City Regional was in the top 4 of that a few months ago. Also played in the DAS Championship. Finished in the top 8 of the Classic Tetris World Championship this year, where he made his second appearance as a gold bracket player. 558 for iBall, 586 for Cobra. Cobra also a 3-time Mega Masters player, had his best finish, top 16 this year in that. And also played in Mega Dasters this month, although he is out. 611 for iBall, 664 for Cobra. Also played in our Lone Star event in 2024. In our No Next Box stupid tournament earlier this year. 720 for Cobra, 639 for iBall. And as you can see, he likes hockey. But he refuses to call it a hockey sweater. He calls it a hockey jersey. And I don't know. If I cared about hockey, I would be affronted. But I don't, so I'm not. 723 for iBall, 778 for Cobra. Cobra won the Boston 2 parity. That's right. I mentioned that. $837 Cobra, $781 for iBall. Level 23. So now got 50 lines to go until the next speed increase. That's going to happen at level 29, 230 lines. Then after that, players will have 100 lines until the super kill screen kicks in at level 39. Arctic says, calling it a jersey was a long-term play to tilt iBall. Oh, that's possible. Wouldn't put it past him. Doing the long con. Tetris Cobra 993, 910 for iBall. Kind of a C- stencil from Cobra. That might be on my side, actually. I'm worried about trying to fix it, but I will take a look. Yeah, it's not on my side, so I'll fix it. Max out for both players. iBall at A11, Cobra at A95, so he's on the cusp of a 1.1. All right, hopefully that's a little better. Thank you, Short Sword. Who has the best stencils? Oh, that's a good question. Let me think. Who has the best stencils? Steel? Still a good stencil. Yeah, it's hard to remember who's, like, good. And I should, we should have a Stencil of the Year award, I think. B40 for iBall, C53 for Cobra, level 30. And that's going to be a top out for Cobra, level 30, C58. So Chasedown for iBall is C59. Did I see your question? I did, but I was doing other things. So iBall kind of in a pickle here. Needs to chase this down. Gets a long bar over triple. And there it is. iBall is good. No problem. He says, shakes his head. I'm fine. iBall goes up 1-0 with the chase down. 1-0 iBall 3-2-1 Tetris. I'll get 67 push down for you. If you get 67 push down, you're disqualified. Oh, dude, you're out. That's it. Is there a list of all seeds played in competition? I don't think so. $20Dan03, thanks for the sub on Twitch. Appreciate that. 54 months. Thank you very much. Evan J, by the way, if I didn't get your Prime sub earlier, then thank you. All right, 74,000 iBall, 54,000 Cobra. Vizamp, you seem to have a preoccupation with the Wheel of Fortune. And I don't know who you're having this conversation with, to be honest. I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know why he's talking about it. It's fine. You can say whatever you want, man. Engagement. It's great. Do it. You know, everybody get in on that. But I don't know why you keep talking about it. Like, love you. But don't know why. Don't know who you're having. You don't know who you're conversing with. 195 iBall, 155 Cobra. So one line apart, iBall up almost to a Tetris early on. To 48 Cobra 266 iBall. What is happening? Why are we still talking about it? I don't get it. There must be some elaborate meme on me. $381 iBall, 365 Cobra here, level 18. Oh, Vizamp, you think is the Andy Kaufman of CTM chat? It could be. Yeah, like we should, once we get Celebrity CTM, we'll have Vanna White on. We'll have, who else should we have on? Oh, Chris Hansen. Yes, it's on my list. It's been on my list for a while. It's on my Vandy bucket list, but since it looks like there's going to be CTM in 2026, I don't have to do everything this year. For some reason, these players have the crappiest webcams ever. Well, you are welcome to buy them a new webcam. Like, you know, they're like teenagers or students. Like, what do you want from them? Like, really? Like, you know, what do you want from them? 551 Cobra, 589 iBall. Sorry, we can't all live in your world where just, you know, webcam, like 4K webcams fall from the sky. 614 iBall, 575 Cobra. I'm in a mood. Don't. I feel very. Sometimes I feel like I have to defend players. You know, like I don't like when people say stuff about my players. You know what I'm saying? 739 iBall, 654 for Cobra. It's like you don't know people's circumstances, really. You know. I mean, they're doing the best they got. Tetris for iBall, 796, 690 for Cobra. 20 Dan 03 with the facts says camera quality looked incredible at Jonas Cup. Why the downgrade for CTM? I agree. You know, I agree. $698 for Cobra, $830 for iBall. There's a dirty Tetris. Cobra, 100,000 point lead. All right, Vizamp, I'll ask him when the match is over, when the game is over. $924 iBall, $774 for Cobra. All right, both players a little bit high here, but Cobra bringing it down. iBall, yikes. Opens up that right. Trying to keep it open. There's the bar, and Tetris for iBall, max out. And another Tetris, A43. Cobra back by 11 lines, something like that. But also like 200,000 points. There's still plenty of time. The speed is going to increase at 230 lines, level 29, but they will have until level 39. And both players with high enough PBs where they can get it done. Let me update this player placard. I think I was using last month's. There we go. Cobra 29, 919, iBall B40 on level 30. Oh, Sharky in the YouTube chat. Wow, we got a big celebrity. And that's going to be a top out for Cobra, 970. iBall is good. Game number 2 goes up 2-0. Anyway, Nuno, in this chat, we admire the players and realize that they're doing the best they can. 3-2-1 Tetris, game number 3. Wasn't I just saying that, oh, we respect and admire our players, and now I'm yelling at them? But that's okay. I can do it, okay? People who are in chat all the time can do it. Nuno, you got to put in some more time. Why do the players use gloves? So the players are using the rolling technique, right, which is where they drum their fingers on the back of the controller. The controller is made of plastic. Their fingers have oils and sweat and whatever, and that can cause fingers to stick. So the gloves reduce friction. So it allows them to smoothly get all 5 taps in. And it probably saves wear and tear on their fingers as well. That's right, David Chu. When you're a star, you could do it. That's right. You can do it. Listen, it's different, okay? Yeah, to me, it is different. If you're somebody who's been around the community a long time, you interact with people all the time, you know, whatever, and you're here in Discord to take it after you give it, okay, you can come at the players a little bit. But if you're like just kind of, I love new people, you know, but if you're kind of a new person, just chill. You know what I'm saying? Evan J says, I've been here for like a year and a half. Do I have the right to bully people? Only people within 100,000 of your PB. That's it. On some level, you have to be within like one social credit tier level of the person, either up or down. Yeah, you should only make fun of people, you know, unless you have some personal relationship with them. They got to be within 100,000 of your own PB, and then you can make fun of them. That's the rule. Because if you're too good and you're just making fun of like Pumpy Heart or something, then it's, you know, it's what they call punching down. And then if it's players that are way better than you, but you haven't earned the right. But yeah, I don't make fun of max outers. Of course I do, because, you know, that's not the only thing. I'm just saying by default, unless you have some other relationship. And, you know, I'm Vandy, so I can do whatever I want. You also have to be within, like, you know, 100 pounds of them. So that's why I can make fun of Kingsman. $3.99 for Cobra, $3.02 for iBall. Vizamp says, could you imagine Austin Powers turning the letters on Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, baby, yeah. Wow. 324 now, 347 for iBall, 445 for Cobra. Evan J, you have homework due in 25 minutes? How do you have homework due in 25 minutes? Dude, I am so glad that I did not go to school in the internet era, like where like you're submitting your homework online or something with some like actual deadline. Like I did my, like, you know, I got to school, classes at 8. I was doing my homework at 7:45. Or sometimes I was like slipping it into some part of the teacher's desk to try to, you know, gaslight them into thinking like they misplaced my homework. It's like, no, it's don't you see it? It's right over there. Like, did you leave it over there? Like, imagine having to submit it online with like a hard like deadline and a submission system that you can't game at all. What the heck? That's not right. You got to level the playing field between the students and the teachers. Get rid of all that online homework crap. Yeah, or, you know, like back in the day, sometimes you would submit a thing on disk. And you just hand them like a corrupted disk. Exactly right. RXS knows. Oh, did that happen? Oh, let me get you the real one. And then, you know, like in the meantime, you've actually done the paper. Yeah, let me get you the real one. 576 for iBall, 701 for Cobra on 19. So big 19 transition for Cobra and really good one for iBall as well. Still, though, about like an 80,000 point difference at transition, even though iBall's got that 600. Oh, yeah. And then getting the day off instead of going on Zoom. It's ridiculous. First of all, if you can go on Zoom to do the class, then don't make kids go in. If Zoom is fine, then why are we bussing all these kids around? And if Zoom is not fine, then just let them have the day off. Goodness sake. 731 for iBall, 858 for Cobra. Kids don't need social interaction? No, they don't, actually. Not with other kids. All they're going to learn is like the worst habits of the worst kids. That's all they learn at school. Kids are better off learning their social graces from other adults. Not me, but better adults. 739 for iBall. He is up high. And that is going to be a top out for iBall. Cobra is good in game number 3. And he will continue on in this tournament. You're like, oh, kids need to be socialized, don't they? I mean, have you seen kids? Is that you think your kids have something to learn from those other ones? Game number 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. You tried to help early by topping a 181 max. Yeah, Cobra, you're here for competition. And that is, you know, aura farming for sure. Because you know who else does that? The highly successful Artiaga brothers. We could learn something. Tetris Cobra, 2 Tetrises to start off game number 4. Cobra looking to tie this one up. Well, the video game bros are not always on time. What I'm saying is that they don't go, oh, I have to mull in every, you know, oh, I have 1.1 possible. I must mull in. I got to start a back-to-back streak. They don't do that. They just, you know, all right, I'm here for a tournament. It's time for tournament. So I respect and admire them for that. Vizamp says, I think if I'm being honest, I'm just nervous of seeing Vanna trip wearing high heels. I bet Seacrest would just laugh and keep on spinning. Well, you know, as you get older, it's those stabilizing muscles, right? Trips and falls are like #1 cause of, you know, serious injury or worse for older people. So strength training can help, right? Carry that strength into your older years. You're more likely to survive a trip and fall. How about that? Or prevent one. The more you know. $173 for iBall, 94,000 for Cobra. I mean, iBall's in Canada, so it just might be it's cold up there. Like it's October, so it's probably like 10 below. Tetris Cobra, 163, 219 for iBall. Outside of Wheel of Fortune, what has Pat Sajak and Vanna White even done? Well, Vanna White had some infomercial thing. Pat Sajak had a talk show. But what do you want from them? I mean, they hosted and really brought to prominence like an iconic American television show. Like, what more do you want from them? They've produced, millions and millions of dollars of wealth. Their employer. They've achieved personal and financial success for themselves. What else do you want from them? What do you want them to do? If you did the same thing, you would probably have a pretty successful life. $362 for iBall, $307 for Cobra. I mean, really, what have any of us really even done, right? Like nothing. $409 for iBall, $330 for Cobra. Surely CTM counts for something? Yeah, not much. Not much. I brought joy to dozens. $378 for Cobra, $456 for iBall. Oh, iBall with the misdrop of that LP. So that'll burn away easily. There are dozens of us. Oh, that reminds me. That's another TV show or movie that people make their entire personality and just quote it until complete annoyance. Arrested Development. I've been guilty. Arrested Development is the best TV show of all time. I don't know. I like it. It's one of my favorites, but I'm not prepared to say that. The Vitz filled in for Cobra, but he blocks the well, probably negating any of the efficiency he got from the Vitz, but that's the Vitz do be like that sometimes. $548 for iBall, $518 for Cobra. Tetris Cobra. So we're on 19, now we're on 20. And Cobra is back by about 29,000 points. Tetris is here worth 25,200. Tetris Cobra 612, 665 iBall. There's another Tetris Cobra 668, 693 for iBall level 22. Tetris is for both. Still about a 26,000 point lead for iBall. Lines are tied. And that's almost, that's a little bit less than one Tetris now. Tetris, if you are memeing me. Oh. Where is that from? Am I not in that folder? Because I did not have that. Yeah, I think I'm in that folder, but I didn't see it. I'll have to go look. All right, I will. Thank you, Tyler. Tyler Tetris. All right, Tetris iBall. 910, 890 Cobra. Cobra's got the max out on 27. Cobra at 962. All right, we are into the 29 phase on iBall's side. He's got a B29. Cobra, a B04, so basically double 1.1s for these players. Cobra's got to find a way to win this one to stay in. Long bar over for a triple. That's going to help bring this stack down. Level 31 now. Cobra right on iBall's heels. Same line count. Less than a 20,000 point lead. iBall's board was getting up way high. He's trying to open up that right side. Tetris for Cobra. B80, but C09 for iBall. Cobra now in the lead and gets a Tetris. So does iBall, though. D93 for Cobra. Cobra with a 100,000 point lead, 35 lines to go. So Cobra, this is basically a Tetris difference. And iBall is gambling here, trying to set up, and the bar comes and he gets a Tetris, but it's not going to be anywhere near enough. He is going to top out, and Cobra is good in game number 4, and we are going to a decider. And yeah, in celebration of Cobra's victory, the winner is going to move on to the top 8 and take on Meme, assuming Meme is like still awake. This is taking a long time today. It's only like midnight for me. No, it's 11, right? I think Meme is Central Time. I think. Where Meme Central Time? You're still here? All right. Thank you, Meme. Oh, yeah, this is a reverse decider, right? Tetris Cobra 122, 138 for iBall. The Vit's filled in for Cobra. Now he's looking for the bar to get that Tetris. Little S flat there for Cobra. All right, Cobra going to open up, get a Tetris. 220, 256 for iBall. Oh, that clicking noise. Yeah, it's the wire on the headset. Sorry. It's like, sorry about that. And it's also the headset. It's like there's like a little bit of a point on the headset where there's tension, but maybe I can get some graphite lubricant or something to. Yeah, it's weird. 378 iBall, 316 for Cobra. Yeah, all right, listen, as I touch the headset and like squeeze it around, you can kind of hear it. $400 iBall, 362 Cobra. Oh, the Kooky is here. Guafi is here. All the stars are here. Tetris Cobra 437. And iBall 492. So the line's tied basically right now. Tetris for iBall 538 through 109. It's good pace. But that's going to slow down a little bit. Get that well covered and keeps piling more on that column 10. 4 more lines of burning needed. All right, some good adjust there for iBall. He's open. Has to block. Uncovers again. Long bar down. Tetris iBall 571. And a 597 transition for iBall. Pretty good. 561 for Cobra. Still, I mean, also pretty good. There's a Tetris Cobra 614. iBall gets one 671, level 20. So about 80 lines to go is what they will have before level 29 kicks in. It's crazy. You know, when you look at this speed, it's just crazy to think that this isn't the fastest speed, you know? For a lot of years it was. This was the fastest speed that was really playable. And now, level 29, people are like, yep, no problem. consistent Tetrises. Tetris Cobra 816, 868 for iBall. Another Tetris for both. 900,020 for iBall. All right, little spin there for iBall. That is going to help. A tuck gets Tetris ready. Tetris for Cobra. Tetris iBall. So iBall ahead 53,000 points, about a Tetris and a half. Tetris is here on 25. We're 31,200. Is that right? That went to 26. Lukuki impressed by that spin, but what is that, like 2 frames? There's plenty of time, Lukuki. It's like nothing. I don't know. How many frames is it? You're impressed over how stupid it looked. It did look stupid. B07 for iBall, A29 for Cobra. What's up, Spida? How's it going? All right, we are into 29 for iBall. He gets a Tetris. He's at B94 now. They're same line count. iBall ahead 80,000 points. It's really about 2 Tetrises. A little less than 2 Tetrises. Tetris iBall C43. Cobra's board climbing. Needs a bar for a bail and does not get it. That is going to be a top out for Cobra. That means iBall will be moving on to the round of 8 to take on Meme. Cobra GG's, you're doing better before I change your picture. So maybe I should change it back. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.